The disappearance of Jamal Khashoggi occurred precisely 2 weeks ago today during the afternoon of the 2nd of October. And today the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Michelle Bachelet, is urging the governments of Saudi Arabia and Turkey to reveal everything they know about the disappearance and possible extrajudicial killing of the prominent Saudi journalist after he visited his country's consulate in Istanbul. While welcoming the agreement that has allowed investigators to conduct an examination inside the consulate itself yesterday, and possibly also at the residence of the Saudi Arabian Consul General, the High Commissioner is urging the authorities of both countries, and I quote her at this point, to ensure that no further obstacles are placed in the way of a prompt, thorough, effective, impartial, and transparent investigation. In view of the seriousness of the situation surrounding the disappearance of Mr. Khashoggi, the High Commissioner believes the inviolability or immunity of the relevant premises and officials bestowed by treaties such as the 1963 Vienna Convention on Consular Relations should be waived immediately. Under international law, both a forced disappearance and an extrajudicial killing are very serious crimes, and immunity should not be used to impede investigations into what happened and who is responsible. 2 weeks is a very long time for the probable scene of a crime not to have been subjected to a full forensic investigation. The High Commissioner says that, and again I quote, "Given there seems to be clear evidence that Mr. Khashoggi entered the consulate and has never been seen since, the onus is on the Saudi authorities to reveal what happened to him from that point onwards." Saudi Arabia and Turkey are both party to the UN Convention Against Torture and other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. As such, they are obliged to take all measures to prevent torture, enforced disappearances, and other serious human rights violations, to investigate allegations of acts constituting these crimes, and to bring to justice those suspected of committing them. Well, I'm not a forensic expert, so I can't tell you on the probability of evidence remaining intact after 2 weeks, but obviously normally a crime scene is sealed immediately. But I think we'll have to wait and see what the investigators come up with from their investigation. We also don't know how thoroughly they've been able to investigate at this point. On the differing claims and your question, I mean, no, an abduction is not okay. So either way, enforced disappearance or murder, if that has occurred, extrajudicial killing, either way, those are very serious crimes. So, the one thing we really know as a solid fact is that Mr. Khashoggi went into the consulate and he never came out again, or was never seen coming out again. So it seems very probable some crime or other has been committed, but we hope in this case, it seems investigators were allowed in finally yesterday. We hope the lifting of immunity is absolute, so they can investigate everything they wish to and everything they feel they need to, both in the consulate, in the Consul General's premises, in the vehicles that were shown on the CCTV footage, and so on. So basically the investigators need to be able to investigate everything they wish to.
Saudi Arabian officials about, oh, well, they only intended to beat him